the beginning of the movie, we see a girl named Cher. Cher's dad, whose name is Mel, is a corporate lawyer, and that's why these people are very rich. Then we learn that Cher's mom is no longer in this world, meaning Cher lives alone with her dad. The next morning, when Cher comes downstairs, her dad tells her, "Today your stepbrother Joss is coming here." Hearing this, Cher doesn't like it at all because she doesn't like Joss. Displeased, Cher takes the Jeep and leaves for school. On her way, she picks up her friend Dione, who also comes from a very wealthy family. When they arrive at school, we discover that Dione has a boyfriend named Moore, while Cher is still single because she isn't interested in any boys at school. We then see Mr. Hall, who holds a debate competition in the class. During the competition, Cher performs poorly, resulting in low marks from Mr. Hall. Upon seeing her grades, Cher worries that her dad will scold her if he finds out. Thus, she decides to hide the marks from him. When Cher returns home, she finds out that Joss has already arrived. Cher reluctantly engages in conversation with Joss, and it becomes evident that she doesn't like him. While they're having dinner, Joss reveals to Cher's dad that Cher is interested in studying environmental law. Hearing this, Cher's dad suggests that Joss should study corporate law because of his excellent performance. Then Cher's dad asks for her report card, but Cher lies and says she hasn't received it yet. Suddenly, Cher's dad receives a phone call and steps out to talk, leaving Joss and Cher alone. Joss asks Cher how she plans to improve her grades. Cher replies, "This time, I'll do the same thing I do every semester." In the past, Cher would come up with excuses or try to please the teachers to improve her grades, allowing her to pass each year. However, this time when Cher approaches her teacher to discuss her marks, she realizes they won't listen to her. Cher notices that Mr. Hall, her teacher, is still single and always seems sad. Inspired, Cher decides to play matchmaker and unite Mr. Hall with Miss Guess, another teacher at the school. Cher, along with her friend Dione, places a letter from Mr. Hall in Miss Guess's locker to spark their interest. When Miss Guess reads the letter, she appears intrigued. Later, in class, Cher tells Mr. Hall, "Once Miss Guess told me there's no teacher like Mr. Hall in the whole school." Mr. Hall feels pleased upon hearing this compliment. Afterward, when Cher returns home, her dad scolds her for driving without a license. He tells her that if she wants to drive, an experienced person must accompany her. In need of a companion, Cher asks Joss to accompany her when she needs to go somewhere, and he agrees. On their way, Cher confides in Joss about her plan to unite two teachers at school. Joss tells Cher, "If you're really doing this, it will definitely benefit you because you never do anything without a benefit." The next day, Cher meets Mr. Hall at school and advises him to go for coffee with Miss Guess. Cher and Dione prepare Miss Guess for the meeting and send her to Mr. Hall. The two teachers meet in the park and exchange numbers. Cher's plan is working well, and Mr. Hall and Miss Guess appear happy together. As a result of their newfound happiness, Mr. Hall and Miss Guess give students excellent grades, which makes all the students grateful. They thank Cher for her role in bringing the teachers together. This experience leads Cher to realize that doing good for others brings her happiness. She decides to continue her altruistic endeavors. At this point, a girl named Tay joins the school. Tay comes from a middle-class family and lacks a good sense of fashion. Seeing this, Cher takes it upon herself to transform Tay into the most popular girl in school. During lunchtime, Tay meets Travis, who admires her paintings. It becomes clear that Tay likes Travis a lot, and she tells Cher about her feelings. However, Cher advises Tay to stay away from Travis, stating that he isn't a good boy. Cher and Dione work on Tay's makeover, and the next day when Tay comes to school, everyone looks at her and praises her. Travis approaches Tay and invites her to a party. Cher knows that if Tay gets involved with Travis, she won't become the popular girl in school. So instead, Cher introduces Tay to Elton and his group. Elton is the most popular boy in school. Cher speaks highly of Tay to Elton, hoping he'll take an interest in her. At the party, a game is being played during which Elton kisses Cher instead of Tay. This incident reveals that Elton is interested in Cher, not Tay. Cher takes Tay aside while she is talking to Travis. Unfortunately, Tay gets injured in the head and falls unconscious. Elton helps Tay regain consciousness and starts dancing with her. After the party, while Cher is in Elton's car, he kisses her, thinking she likes him. Cher questions Elton about his feelings for Tay, to which he responds, "Tay is not my type of girl, and that's why I don't like her." Hearing this, Cher gets out of the car, leaving Elton angry. Alone and vulnerable, Cher encounters a man who threatens her with a gun and steals her money. With no other options, she calls Joss for help. Despite being with his girlfriend, Joss comes to Cher's aid. The next day, Cher begins searching for another boy for Tay and comes across Christian, whom she finds suitable. She tries various methods to catch Christian's attention and successfully manages to do so. Then Christian tells her to go to the party one day. That same night, Christian comes to pick Cher, but Cher is not ready yet. Here, Cher meets Christian's dad, Mel, who doesn't like Christian at all. After a while, when Cher comes down ready, seeing his dress, his dad gets very angry at him. Then Cher wears a shirt and leaves. After Cher's departure, Joss gets very upset, and he also leaves to go to the party with Mel. Then we see that Tay is also at the party, where she sees Elton with another girl. Seeing this, Ty feels very bad. While Cher is dancing with Christian, she sees that Tay is alone and no one is dancing with her. Then Joss also arrives there and starts dancing with her to make her feel comfortable. When Cher sees Joss doing this, she feels very good. While going home, Cher thanks Joss for this. Many days pass like this. One day, Christian comes to Cher's house to watch a movie. Cher feels that something might happen between the two. So while watching the movie, Cher tries to get close to Christian, but Christian shows no interest in Cher and leaves without doing anything. The next day, Cher tells this to DNA and Murray. Murray tells Cher that Christian is gay. While talking, their car goes the wrong way, and seeing this, DNA starts screaming and panics a lot. Murray calms her down, and Cher wishes there was someone in her life who loved her and cared for her a lot. Since Cher couldn't have a romantic relationship with Christian, she becomes friends with him. One day, when the two are at the mall, they see some boys trying to make Ty fall down. Christian immediately goes and helps Taya. After this incident, Taya becomes popular in the whole school. Then when Cher asks Tay to go out with her, Ty refuses and makes fun of Travis. Cher understands from Tali's behavior that she has become arrogant after becoming popular, and Cher is upset with Tay. Due to her frustration, Cher fails her driving test and her driving license isn't issued. When she comes home, she sees Josh and Ty together. Tay tells Cher that she has started liking Josh. Cher tells Ty that she's not the type of girl for Josh, which makes Tay angry, and she leaves. Cher keeps thinking about Josh and Ty after this incident and realizes that she has started loving Josh. She blushes in front of Josh and can't talk to him properly. Many days pass like this. One day, Travis invites Cher to a skating competition at school. At the competition, Tay apologizes to Cher for her behavior, and Cher forgives her. They both start watching the competition, and Tay's interest in Travis becomes evident to Cher. Cher realizes that her attraction was only towards Josh. Later, we see Josh and Cher working together, not paying attention to their work, but instead looking at each other. This causes some files to be misplaced, and the person in charge becomes angry, scolding both of them and driving them away. Cher feels sad after hearing this scolding, and Josh comes to her, saying that she doesn't have to work, and he will take care of everything. Cher tells Josh that she didn't come there for work, but for another reason. Josh understands that Cher came there for him, and he starts liking her. They kiss each other, and the movie ends with the final scene of Mr. Hall and Miss Guess's wedding, where Cher and her friends, along with their boyfriends, are present.